After 107 years lost beneath Antarctic ice, Ernest Shackleton's ship Endurance was finally found, astonishingly intact on the seafloor of the Weddell Sea. The frozen wood still bears its name, glowing in the deep. A ghost from the golden age of exploration, perfectly preserved by the very cold that once doomed it. A U.S. Marine in Vietnam, 1960s. His face hardened by war, a cigarette resting between his lips. The smoke drifts upward, mixing with dust and exhaustion. In that fleeting moment, he's not a soldier or symbol, just a young man trying to steal a breath of calm amid the chaos of battle. Captured around 1977, the original Star Wars cast gathers in one iconic frame Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and their unforgettable costumed co-stars. None could have known this small sci-fi film would reshape cinema forever. A timeless snapshot of legends before they became legends. Rising alone from the desert sands, Qasr al-Farad, the lonely castle, stands as the largest rock-cut tomb of Hegra, carved in the 1st century CE by the Nabateans. Its unfinished facade tells of ancient ambition halted by time, a silent monument to a lost kingdom and the artistry it left behind. Taken in 1997, this final photo shoot of Princess Diana captures her elegance and quiet strength just weeks before her tragic death. The soft light and calm expression reveal a woman at peace, unaware she was about to become an eternal symbol of grace, compassion, and heartbreak for the world. In 1946, Frankfurt, a German soldier returns from war to find his home in ruins and his family gone. He stands amid the rubble, uniform faded, eyes hollow, confronting the true cost of conflict. No victory, no glory, only silence. A powerful image of loss that speaks louder than any battlefield. From 1915 to 2020, Machu Picchu's transformation tells a story of rediscovery and preservation. Once swallowed by jungle, the Incan citadel now stands restored stone terraces gleaming under the Andean sun. A century apart, the two photos reveal how history, once lost, can rise again to inspire the world. Dating back to 1600 BCE, these stone cooking supports from Minoan Santorini reveal one of the world's earliest barbecue setups. Designed to hold skewers of meat over coals, they show how even ancient civilizations gathered around food and fireproof, that grilling has always been part of human connection. In this rare 1914 photograph, the Moulin Rouge stands proudly in the Montmartre district of Paris, its iconic red windmill already a symbol of bohemian nightlife. Before cabaret became global entertainment, this was its birthplace. Beneath the glow of gas lamps and the hum of early jazz, dancers and artists gathered nightly, shaping the spirit of Belle Époque Paris. Deep in the Arabian desert, the rusted remains of an Ottoman supply train lie where it was ambushed by Lawrence of Arabia and his forces over a century ago. The shattered rail cars and bent tracks stand as silent witnesses to a daring World War I raid that disrupted Ottoman control and became part of the legend surrounding T.E. Lawrence's desert campaign. One of the earliest photos captured inside Tutankhamun's tomb after its discovery in 1922, colorized to reveal the stunning details hidden for over 3,000 years. The sealed chambers, untouched since ancient times, were filled with glittering treasures, ornate furniture, and the boy king's sarcophagus offering a breathtaking glimpse into Egypt's golden age of pharaohs. A rare photo capturing a meeting of the Ainu people, the indigenous inhabitants of northern Japan, circa 1900. Known for their distinct culture, language, and traditions, the Ainu lived closely with nature, relying on hunting, fishing, and weaving. Their unique clothing, made from woven bark and embroidered with intricate patterns, reflected a deep spiritual connection to the natural world. 3 Japanese archers stand poised with their bows, circa 1860, a striking glimpse into Japan's samurai-era martial traditions. Their attire and calm focus reflect the discipline of Kyudo, the ancient art of archery, which was both a spiritual and physical practice. This photograph captures Japan on the brink of modernization, still deeply rooted in its warrior heritage. These ancient human footprints, discovered at White Sands National Park in New Mexico, date back an astonishing 21,000 to 23,000 years. Preserved in soft sediment, they offer rare evidence of early human life in North America long before the last ice age ended. Each footprint is a silent trace of our ancestors' journey through a vastly different world, now frozen in time. Captured from a tethered hot air balloon in 1860, this remarkable photograph of Boston is the oldest surviving aerial image in the world. Taken by pioneer photographer James Wallace Black, it offers a breathtaking bird's-eye view of the city, long before skyscrapers and highways, a moment when aerial photography was still a daring experimental art. Taken at Fort Hood in January 1943 during World War II, this chilling poster reads, "If you talk too much, this man may die." It was part of a U.S. Army campaign warning soldiers and civilians alike about the dangers of careless talk revealing military secrets. The striking imagery captured the gravity of wartime secrecy and the real cost of loose words. This remarkably preserved 1,800-year-old Roman footwear was discovered at Vindolanda Fort, near Hadrian's Wall in England. The site's unique anaerobic soil conditions kept leather items intact for centuries. These shoes, with intricate designs and careful craftsmanship, reveal the Roman army's attention to comfort and style, even on the distant frontiers of the empire. Abandoned Moor Hall, built in 1795 in County Mayo, Ireland, stands as a haunting relic of history. Once home to the influential Moore family, it was burned down in 1923 during the Irish Civil War by anti-treaty forces. Today, its ivy-covered ruins, surrounded by dense woodland, remain untouched, a silent witness to Ireland's turbulent past and fading aristocratic grandeur. This book was among the key pieces of evidence gathered by Henry VIII and his lawyers in the 1530s to justify his annulment from Catherine of Aragon. Its theological arguments supported Henry's claim that his marriage violated divine law, helping him defy papal authority. The document played a pivotal role in England's split from the Catholic Church and the birth of the Church of England. Students relax inside a University of Illinois dorm room in 1910. The cozy scene captures an early 20th century college lifestyle, simple furniture, patterned rugs, and walls adorned with photos and pennants. Without modern conveniences, evenings were spent reading, writing letters, or chatting under the glow of oil lamps, offering a glimpse into campus life over a century ago. Before and after excavation of an ancient Roman stadium in modern-day Turkey, abandoned for nearly 2,000 years. The 1984 photo shows a grassy hill concealing its remains, while today, the restored structure reveals vast stone seating and an oval arena that once hosted athletic games and spectacles. A stunning revival of history buried for millennia. The oldest surviving pair of Levi's jeans, dating back to 1879, discovered in an abandoned gold mine 136 years later. Remarkably preserved by the dry conditions, they showcase early riveted construction, high-waisted design, and button fly typical of 19th century workwear, a rugged testament to America's denim and gold rush history. Shoemaker's Lunch, captured in 1944 by photographer Bernard Cole, portrays a humble cobbler pausing for a meal amid his cluttered workshop. Surrounded by tools, scraps of leather, and well-worn shoes, the image reflects resilience and simplicity during wartime Britain, a quiet moment of humanity, preserved in the midst of industrial labor and uncertainty. Inside a vast hall in 1944, FBI workers meticulously sort and catalog fingerprint records, each card representing a clue in countless investigations. Rows of desks stretch endlessly, forming a human-powered database long before computers. The image captures the immense scale of manual intelligence work during World War II, where precision and patience were vital tools of national security. A U.S. Air Force Lockheed P-38 Lightning re-emerged from the sands of Harlech Beach, Wales 72 years after crashing during World War II. Hidden beneath shifting dunes since 1942, the aircraft resurfaced almost perfectly preserved by salt and sand. Dubbed the Maid of Harlech, this ghostly relic stands as a haunting reminder of wartime skies and forgotten pilots. A rare glimpse from the Statue of Liberty's torch balcony, an entrance closed to the public since 1916. From this dizzying vantage point, the city and harbor stretch far below, offering a perspective few have ever seen. The photo captures both the grandeur of Lady Liberty and the intimate scale of the icon that symbolizes freedom to millions. Off the coast of Haifa, an Israeli scuba diver discovered a 900-year-old Crusader sword, perfectly preserved beneath the sea. Rusted yet intact, it offers a tangible connection to medieval battles in the Holy Land, where knights and warriors once fought for faith and empire. A remarkable artifact bridging centuries of history beneath the waves. This haunting image shows Abraham Lincoln lying in his coffin, the only known photograph of the fallen president at rest. Lost for over 90 years, it captures a moment of national mourning after his assassination in 1865. A solemn and intimate glimpse into grief that once enveloped a nation and the quiet finality of history's turning point. In 1969, Elvis Presley took the stage at the International Hotel in Las Vegas, marking the start of his legendary residency. Flashing his iconic jumpsuit and commanding the spotlight, he captivated audiences night after night. This photo captures the king at his peak charisma, energy, and music, immortalized in one electrifying moment. Genapil, the queen consort of Mongolia, is captured in regal attire, embodying the elegance and authority of her short-lived reign. Her poised expression and traditional clothing reflect Mongolia's royal heritage, offering a rare glimpse into a figure whose life intersected with political upheaval and the fading era of Mongolian monarchy. From 1888 to 2013, Rystad, Norway, transformed from a quiet village of wooden homes and horse-drawn carts into a modern town framed by mountains and roads. Comparing the two images shows how tradition endures alongside progress, preserving the town's charm even as time reshapes its streets and skyline over more than a century. Once the backbone of American industry, Bethlehem Steel forged the skyscrapers and bridges of New York City. Now defunct, the factory's rusted structures stand as silent monuments to a bygone era of steel, ambition, and labor. A place where the city's iconic skyline was hammered into reality by countless workers' hands. In 1968, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip attended the horse races, sharing a public moment of elegance and partnership. Decades later, Philip passed at 99, leaving behind a lifetime intertwined with the monarchy. This photo captures not just royalty, but a private connection that endured decades of duty, history, and shared life. In 1980, workers maintaining a drainage canal in Comacchio, northern Italy, uncovered a Roman shipwreck dating back to 1 BC. Preserved beneath mud and water for over 2 millennia, the vessel offers a rare glimpse into ancient maritime life, trade, and engineering, a silent witness to the commerce and daily journeys of the Roman world. Discovered in Bulgaria, the Varna man rests in the wealthiest grave of the 5th millennium BC, surrounded by gold jewelry and elaborate artifacts. His burial reflects a society with social hierarchy, craftsmanship, and ritual. Over 7,000 years later, the grave offers an extraordinary window into prehistoric wealth, status, and the human desire to honor the dead. In 1949, the Pamir, the world's last commercial ocean-going sailing ship, braved the treacherous waters of Cape Horn. Towering masts and billowing sails carried cargo through stormy seas, a final testament to centuries of maritime tradition. This photo captures the daring spirit of sailors and the end of an era dominated by wind, wood, and courage. In 1994, Princess Diana wore what would become her iconic revenge dress, a striking, backless black gown, the very night Prince Charles publicly admitted his infidelity. The photo captures her confidence, grace, and defiance, turning personal heartbreak into a powerful, unforgettable statement of poise and resilience on the world stage. In 1918, Harry S. Truman served as a captain on the front lines of World War I, long before becoming the 33rd President of the United States. At 33, older than most soldiers, he left his farm, business, and postponed marriage to serve with the National Guard of Missouri, a choice driven by duty, friendship, and a profound sense of honor. In 1945, American troops marched through the canals and streets of Venice, celebrating the liberation of the city near the end of World War II. Soldiers posed on bridges and along waterways, blending with the timeless architecture, capturing a rare moment where military victory met the serene beauty of one of the world's most iconic cities. Between 1948 and 1952, the White House was entirely gutted and rebuilt from the inside out. Structural decay had left the historic residence unsafe, so workers stripped it to its steel frame while preserving its iconic exterior. This photo captures a pivotal moment when America's most famous home was restored, blending preservation with modern engineering. In New York City, Winston Churchill is carried from a nursing home after being struck by a car. Even at this moment of vulnerability, the image captures the indomitable spirit of the wartime leader, a man who faced the greatest crises of the 20th century and remained a symbol of resilience and determination to the world. During the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome, wrestlers competed amid the ruins of the Basilica of Maxentius and Constantine. The ancient Roman architecture loomed over the modern athletes, blending centuries of history with contemporary sport. This striking image captures a unique intersection of antiquity and athleticism on the world's grandest stage. Taken in 1912, this is the last known photo of the Titanic before it sank. Towering smokestacks and gleaming decks hint at the luxury and ambition of the world's largest ship. Within hours, tragedy would strike, turning this majestic liner into one of history's most enduring symbols of human hubris and loss. An aerial view captures over 400,000 people gathered at Woodstock in 1969, a sea of humanity united by music, peace, and counterculture spirit. Tents stretch endlessly across the fields, while the crowd pulses with energy and hope, a defining moment of a generation seeking freedom, expression, and connection through art and song. In 1860, the Roman Colosseum stands as a monumental relic of ancient engineering, weathered but imposing. Without modern restoration, its arches and stonework reveal centuries of history, decay, and survival. This photograph captures the grandeur of Rome's iconic amphitheater before the full sweep of tourism and preservation reshaped its surroundings. Pagrama, a 500-year-old village on the banks of Lake Onega in Russia's Karelia, stands frozen in time. Once a small fishing town of about 24 wooden houses, it showcased traditional architecture of the region. Lacking electricity and modern infrastructure, younger generations left, leaving Pagrama abandoned in the 1900s, a silent testament to a vanished way of life. Circa 1922, the world's shortest man, Major Might, stands beside the world's heaviest woman under the big top of Barnum and Bailey. Both performers, framed by circus spectacle, embody the era's fascination with human extremes. The photo captures a time when curiosity, entertainment, and showmanship intersected in striking and often controversial ways. In 1931, Egyptian men perched atop the Great Pyramid of Giza, watched in awe as the Graf Zeppelin floated silently above. The contrast of cutting-edge aviation against millennia-old monuments created a surreal moment, modern technology passing over the timeless grandeur of ancient Egypt, captured in a single, unforgettable frame. In Maine, 1959, this intimate photo captures the expressions of two 19-year-old new parents, a mixture of awe, exhaustion, and tentative joy. Their faces tell a story of responsibility, love, and the sudden leap into adulthood, offering a timeless glimpse into the universal emotions that come with welcoming a first child. In 1950s, South Bend, Indiana, families gather at a bustling drive-in theater, cars lined up under the evening sky. Flickering images play on the giant screen as audiences watch from trunks, rooftops, and windows. The photo captures the charm of mid-century Americana, where cinema, community, and car culture converged under the stars. Last fall, a 15-foot dugout canoe emerged from Wisconsin's Lake Mendota, later scanned with high-tech tools and dated to around 1,200 years ago. Carved from a single tree, it offers a glimpse into the ingenuity of early North American peoples, who navigated lakes and rivers with skill and craftsmanship long before modern technology existed. In 1921, an American high school basketball player takes a free throw, poised and focused on the hoop. Clad in early 20th century athletic gear, he represents the beginnings of organized school sports in the U.S. The image captures the simplicity and spirit of youth competition, long before the game became a national obsession. In the summer of 1997, Princess Diana is photographed aboard a yacht in Portofino, Italy, radiating elegance and ease. The sparkling Mediterranean and sun-drenched coastline frame her serene presence, capturing a fleeting moment of freedom and grace just months before her untimely passing. In 1925, Howard Carter carefully opened the sarcophagus of King Tutankhamun, revealing the boy king's mummified remains. After centuries sealed in darkness, the discovery offered an unprecedented glimpse into ancient Egyptian burial practices, treasures, and artistry, forever changing archaeology and the world's fascination with pharaohs. From 1945 to 2021, the Battle of the Bulge sites transformed from war-torn forests to peaceful landscapes. The 1945 photo shows tanks, snow, and soldiers in desperate combat, while today's images reveal quiet fields and memorials. Together, they illustrate how nature and memory reclaim even the harshest theaters of human conflict over time. In 1928, The Kennedy children are lined up by height, capturing a rare family portrait of America's future political dynasty. 8 young siblings, dressed neatly, stand with quiet poise, offering a glimpse into the early years of a family that would come to shape U.S. history and captivate the world for generations. In the 1870s, an Indian ascetic is photographed wearing an iron collar designed to prevent him from lying down. A symbol of extreme devotion and self-discipline, the collar reflects centuries-old ascetic practices, where physical endurance was intertwined with spiritual pursuit, showcasing the lengths to which some sought enlightenment and mastery over the body. In May 1927, Charles Lindbergh sat in the cockpit of the Spirit of St. Louis, piloting the first solo non-stop transatlantic flight. The cramped, instrument-filled space captures the isolation and daring of his journey from New York to Paris, a pioneering feat of aviation that redefined human ambition and the possibilities of flight.